Have you ever noticed how some people can walk into a room and, without saying a single word, command the absolute attention of everyone there? They don't shout, they don't brag, they don't beg for approval. They have a presence that feels dangerous. Most people spend their entire lives playing defense. They react to every insult, they worry about every opinion, and they crumble under every rejection. Their emotions are controlled by people who don't even care about them. They are puppets. But what if you could cut the strings? What if you could become untouchable? In this book, I am going to show you the art of dangerous confidence. This isn't about fake smiles or positive thinking. This is about total self-mastery. I will teach you why silence is your greatest weapon, why needing nothing makes you powerful, and how to stay calm when the world around you is burning. If you are looking for a feel-good book, put this down. But if you are ready to bury your old reactive self and rebuild a version of you that the world cannot ignore, then let's begin. Welcome to WaveMind.
Chapter 1. Stop explaining yourself. One of the fastest ways people drain their confidence is by constantly explaining themselves. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself giving long, unnecessary explanations just so people wouldn't judge you? Maybe you were late, and instead of simply saying, "Thank you for waiting," you launched into a 5-minute speech about traffic, your alarm, or how your phone died. Or maybe someone questioned one of your decisions and you felt the need to justify every detail just to feel understood. Here is the truth. Confident people don't do that. They don't live in apology mode. They don't scramble to prove themselves to everyone. Why? Because they know their worth is not up for debate. When you stop explaining yourself, you instantly project strength. Your words carry more weight. Your presence commands more respect. Now, I'm not saying you should become rude or dismissive. This isn't about arrogance. This is about knowing when to keep it short, clear, and firm. Instead of justifying every move, you learn to stand by your choices. If someone asks why you're doing something, you don't need a full essay. A simple, confident response is enough. Think about how powerful it feels when someone says, "I chose this because it's right for me," and then stops. No over-explaining, no backpedaling, just calm certainty. That's confidence. Every time you explain yourself unnecessarily, you send a silent message, "I need your approval to feel okay." But every time you keep it short and let your choice stand on its own, you send a louder message, "I don't need your permission." The challenge: for the next week, catch yourself in the act. The moment you start piling on excuses or long explanations, stop. Replace them with something simple, firm, and direct. "I can't make it. I've decided to go this way. That doesn't work for me." And then be silent. Let the silence carry the weight of your confidence. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. You'll feel the urge to fill the space, to justify or to soften your words. But with practice, you'll discover something life-changing. The less you explain, the stronger you feel. People begin to take you more seriously, and most importantly, you begin to take yourself more seriously. Dangerous confidence begins with this small but powerful shift. Stop explaining. Stop over-justifying. Trust your choices. Stand by your words, because the moment you no longer feel the need to explain yourself to everyone, you've already taken your first step toward becoming untouchable.
Chapter 2. Master your inner voice. If you want to become dangerously confident, you have to start with the voice that speaks the most to you, the one in your own head. That voice is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. It is either building you up or it's tearing you down. The way you speak to yourself in private eventually shows up in how you show up in public. If your inner voice is constantly saying, "I'm not good enough," or "I always mess things up," how do you think you'll act when you walk into a room? You'll be nervous, hesitant, and small. But if your inner voice says, "I can handle this," or "I'm exactly where I need to be," you walk into that same room taller, calmer, and sharper. Same person, different voice. and that difference changes everything. Confidence doesn't start with applause, achievements, or attention. It starts in your mind. You can't control what everyone says about you, but you can control what you repeat to yourself every day. The mistake people make is waiting for life to validate them before they change that inner voice. They think, once I succeed, I'll feel confident. But it works the other way around. You don't wait for proof, you create proof. The mechanism of belief. Your brain believes repetition. Whatever you repeat to yourself becomes your truth. Say you're weak long enough and you'll start to shrink into weakness. Say you're capable, strong, and calm long enough and you'll start to rise to meet those words. Your inner voice is like a thermostat. It sets the temperature of your confidence. If it's set low, you'll always sink back down, no matter how much outside success you taste. If it's high, you'll rise above challenges because you believe you belong at that level. How to master the voice. Start by catching it in the act. Pay attention to the quiet lines you whisper to yourself during the day. When you mess up, do you say, "I'm so stupid"? Or do you say, "That's okay, I'll do better next time"? The goal isn't fake positivity. Dangerous confidence isn't about lying to yourself. It's about speaking with strength even when things aren't perfect. Instead of, "I can't handle this," you say, "This is hard, but I'll figure it out." When you start directing your inner voice instead of letting it run wild, your mind becomes your strongest ally. The 30-day challenge. For the next 30 days, every morning, tell yourself 3 things out loud. 1. I respect myself. 2. I can handle anything that comes today. 3. I don't need anyone's approval to move forward. It may feel awkward at first, but say those lines every day and watch how your body starts to carry them. Watch how your energy changes in conversations. Confidence isn't what happens when others believe in you. Confidence is what happens when you believe in yourself first, and that belief begins with the voice inside your head. Chapter 3. Build respect before confidence. Every kind of lasting confidence starts with one simple truth. You cannot feel powerful if you don't respect yourself first. Respect is the foundation. Without it, confidence is nothing more than an act, a mask you wear to convince others, while deep down, you're still unsure. But when you build real self-respect, confidence stops being an act. It becomes who you are. Think about how you treat people you respect. You listen to them. You value their time. You trust their decisions. Now, ask yourself honestly, do you treat yourself the same way? Or do you cut yourself down with criticism, ignore your needs, and allow people to cross your boundaries because deep down you don't see yourself as worthy? The truth is, the way you treat yourself sets the standard for how the world treats you. If you disrespect your own time, others will too. If you speak poorly to yourself, you'll tolerate others speaking the same way. But when you start showing yourself respect, when you hold yourself to a higher standard, people around you sense it. They respond differently, and that is where dangerous confidence begins to take shape. Self-respect doesn't come from big achievements. It comes from the small daily choices that tell your mind, "I matter." It's keeping promises to yourself. It's following through when you say you'll do something. It's refusing to settle for situations that go against your values. When you wake up early because you said you would, that's respect. When you walk away from a toxic conversation instead of trying to win approval, that's respect. When you set a boundary and hold it, that's respect. Every one of these choices may look small on the outside, but together they create the deep, unshakable feeling that you can trust yourself. And once you trust yourself, confidence flows naturally. The key takeaway? Respect yourself first, and the world has no choice but to adjust. You no longer beg for recognition. You no longer explain or prove your worth. You know it. And because you know it, others see it. If you want to build confidence that lasts, don't start with fake pep talks. Start with respect. Start with the way you talk to yourself, the way you carry yourself, and the way you hold yourself to a higher standard. Confidence without respect is empty, but respect that is practiced every day will eventually overflow into confidence so strong it cannot be broken. Chapter 4. Kill the need for approval. One of the biggest traps that steals confidence is the constant need for approval. It's that itch inside that asks, do they like me? Do they agree with me? Am I good enough in their eyes? It's subtle, but it controls so many lives. People dress not for themselves, but for what others might say. They post on social media not to share, but to be validated. They chase compliments and feel crushed when someone doesn't clap for them. Here's the problem. When your self-worth depends on approval, it will always be fragile. Approval can be given and approval can be taken away. If your self-worth rises and falls with reactions of others, you will live like a puppet pulled by strings you can't control. The truth is, no one in this world owes you approval. When you kill the need for it, you free yourself. You stop chasing applause and start focusing on living with authenticity. The source of strength? Think about the people you admire most. Are they the ones who try to please everyone, or the ones who stand firm even when people disagree? Real strength is not in being liked by all, it's in being respected for standing true. There's nothing wrong with enjoying praise, but the problem comes when you need it. The moment you depend on it, you hand over your power. You give other people the remote control to your emotions. And let me tell you, people change channels fast. How to kill the need? Start small. Practice saying no without explaining. Practice making decisions based on what is right for you, even if others won't understand. Remind yourself daily, their approval is optional. My self-respect is not. At first, people might not like it. They might call you arrogant or stubborn, but stay steady. In time, those same people will respect you more than they ever did when you were bending for their acceptance. People may enjoy when you seek their approval, but they admire it when you don't need it. Dangerous confidence is born when you walk into a room and don't wonder, will they like me? Instead, you think, do I respect myself in how I show up here? That shift takes you out of the role of performer and puts you in the role of leader.
Chapter 5. Respond with silence, not emotion. One of the greatest signs of confidence is not how loud you can be, but how quiet you can remain. Most people believe strength is about having the last word, about showing everyone how sharp they are. But true strength is the opposite. It's the ability to stay calm, stay silent, and not be pulled into every emotional battle. Think about how often people lose their power because they couldn't keep quiet. Someone criticizes them and they snap back. Someone disrespects them and they explode. In that moment, they think they're showing strength, but really they're showing that their emotions are in control. And when your emotions control you, your power is gone. Silence, on the other hand, is disarming. It's unsettling. When people expect a reaction and you give them nothing, they don't know how to handle it. They push and you don't move. They attack and you stay steady. That is what makes silence powerful. It shows that you are not easily shaken and that you cannot be manipulated. Choosing your battles. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. It means you choose your responses carefully. It means you refuse to waste energy on pointless battles. Imagine someone trying to provoke you in front of others. Most people would take the bait, but if you look at them and simply choose silence, the spotlight shifts. They start to look foolish, not you. Why? Because you've shown that their words didn't penetrate. The weight of your words. There is another layer to this.
Silence makes your words stronger when you finally choose to speak. At WaveMind, we believe that if you speak less but with calm authority, people listen. They know you don't waste words. The practice. Start by noticing your triggers. When you feel your emotions boiling, when someone mocks or disagrees, that is the moment to pause. Breathe. Let silence do the work for you. 9 times out of 10, you'll realize you don't even need to respond. You don't owe everyone a reaction. You don't have to defend yourself every time you are questioned. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is nothing at all. The person who reacts emotionally is predictable and easy to control, but the person who can stay silent, calm, and unbothered, that person is dangerous. You can't get under their skin. You can't break their focus. Dangerous confidence is standing tall while others shout. It is showing that your emotions belong to you and no one else. Silence is your shield. Silence is your strength. Use it, and you'll discover just how unshakable you can be. Chapter 6. Let your body speak first. Before you ever open your mouth, your body is already telling the world who you are. People see how you walk, how you stand, how you sit, and how you look at them. In just a few seconds, they've already formed an opinion, long before you've said a single word. That is the silent language of confidence, and it is often louder than anything you could ever say. Here's the truth. If your words and your body language don't match, people will always believe your body. You can say, "I'm confident," but if you're slouched over, avoiding eye contact, and fidgeting with your hands, nobody buys it. On the other hand, you could say very little, but if your posture is strong, your eyes steady, and your movements calm, people feel your presence. The power of presence. So what does it mean to let your body speak first? It means you walk into a room like you belong there. It means you stand tall, shoulders back, chest open, head held high, not in arrogance, but in quiet certainty. It means your handshake is firm, not rushed. It means you make eye contact without flinching, without darting away, and without apologizing for being seen. Think about the people you naturally respect when they walk in. They don't have to announce themselves or prove anything. Their presence says it all. That is not an accident. That is the WaveMind approach to body language. The mind-body connection. Your body is always training your mind, too. If you sit small, you feel small. If you carry yourself like you're hiding, your mind starts to believe you should hide. But if you sit upright, if you expand your posture, and if you move with purpose, your mind receives the message, "I am strong, I am steady, I belong here." The mind and body are connected. If you want confidence, sometimes the fastest way to shift your mind is to shift your body first. Now, don't mistake this for acting or pretending. This isn't about faking who you are. It's about removing the signals that sabotage you. It's about cutting out the habits that make you look uncertain, the hunched shoulders, the nervous fidgeting, and the darting eyes. Those little habits send out silent messages that others pick up on immediately. Once you cut them, you start carrying yourself differently. Practical steps. The next time you walk into a room, pause at the doorway. Take one calm breath, straighten your posture, roll your shoulders back, lift your head slightly, and then walk in at a steady pace. No rush, no hurry, just presence. That single adjustment changes how people see you and how you see yourself. The eye contact challenge. Practice holding eye contact, not in a creepy, overbearing way, but in a calm, steady way that says, "I see you and I'm comfortable being seen." Most people break eye contact too quickly because they feel insecure. Train yourself to hold it just a second longer. That second communicates confidence without a single word. When your body speaks confidence, you don't need to oversell yourself. You don't need to push too hard to be noticed. People simply feel it. And here's the secret. When they feel it, they treat you differently. They listen closer. They respect your space. They trust your words more. Dangerous confidence is not about shouting louder. It's about walking into a space with such quiet certainty that people can't ignore you, even if you never raise your voice. Your body tells the story before your mouth ever does. So, let your body speak first. Train it to send the right message. Walk tall, sit steady, look people in the eye, move with intention. Because when your body communicates strength, your words only need to confirm what people already believe, that you are someone worth listening to.
Chapter 7. Stop reacting. Start leading. Most people live in their reaction mode. Something happens and they respond. Someone criticizes them and they defend themselves. Someone disrespects them and they snap back. Someone praises them and suddenly they feel good about themselves. They are constantly at the mercy of whatever comes their way. That is not confidence. That is dependency. And as long as you're reacting, you're not leading. Think about it. The person who reacts is always one step behind. They're letting the world dictate their mood, their energy, and their choices. But the person who leads, they set the tone. They decide the direction. They don't wait to see what happens before they act. They create what happens. That's the difference between living as a follower of circumstance and living as the leader of your own life. The power of untouchability. Here's the hard truth. When you react to everything, people learn how to control you. They push your buttons and you respond right on cue. They know what words will make you angry, what actions will make you defensive, and what silence will make you insecure. But when you stop reacting, when you stay calm and steady, suddenly those same people lose their grip. They can't manipulate you anymore. That's where confidence begins to look dangerous, because you become untouchable. Leading yourself first. Leading doesn't always mean leading others. It starts with leading yourself. It means choosing your actions instead of letting them be chosen for you. It means asking yourself, what do I want to create here? Instead of, how should I respond to what just happened? Let's make this practical. Imagine you're in a meeting and someone challenges your idea. The reactive person defends themselves right away, sometimes even with anger. The WaveMind leader pauses, listens, and calmly responds with clarity, or sometimes chooses not to respond at all, but to redirect the conversation back to the bigger picture. That single choice shifts the whole energy of the room. Mastering the emotional tone. In relationships, when you're reacting, you're constantly adjusting to someone else's moods. But when you lead, you set the emotional tone. You stay steady regardless of their swings, and often they follow your calm instead of you following their chaos. Leadership is about controlling yourself so completely that you influence everything around you. You don't need a title to be that person. You just need discipline over yourself. How to shift. 1. Slow down. Don't give your emotions the driver's seat. Pause before you respond. 2. Set intentions. Before walking into a stressful environment, decide in advance, I will remain calm. I will speak clearly. I will not let anyone push me off balance. Leading isn't about proving yourself. It's about owning yourself. That calm, centered control is magnetic. Dangerous confidence is born when you stop giving the world the power to dictate your actions. When you start leading with intention, you stop playing defense and start directing the game. Life is no longer at mercy of you. You are the master of it. Chapter 8. Embrace discomfort until it feels normal. Confidence is not built in comfort. It's built in the uncomfortable places most people try to avoid. Think about it. The moments that made you stronger were never the easy ones. They were the ones where you felt nervous, unprepared, or maybe even afraid, but you stepped forward anyway. That's where growth lives.
That is where dangerous confidence is born. Most people spend their lives running from discomfort. They choose what feels safe and familiar. But the problem is simple. If you always choose comfort, you never expand. You stay the same. You play small. And deep down, you know it. That's why so many people secretly feel insecure. Their lives have no proof of their own strength. Collecting evidence. Confidence is not about telling yourself you're strong. It's about putting yourself in situations that show you that you are. When you embrace discomfort, you collect evidence. Every time you step into the unknown, you walk away with proof. I can handle this. And the more proof you gather, the more unshakable you become. Here's the secret. Discomfort doesn't go away. You never reach a point where life stops testing you, but you can train yourself to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Instead of seeing discomfort as danger, see it as training. Lean into it. Rewiring the brain. Think about the first time you tried something new, maybe speaking in front of a group or walking into a room full of strangers. You probably felt shaky, but if you kept doing it, the fear faded. Why? Because repetition rewires your brain. What once felt impossible becomes routine. The WaveMind growth principle. Begin small. Push yourself into situations that stretch you just beyond your comfort zone. Speak up in a meeting when you'd normally stay quiet. Go bigger. Take on goals that scare you, not because you might fail, but because they will force you to grow. The gym teaches this best. If you only lift what's easy, you never build muscle. Growth happens when you pick up something heavy, when your body shakes and you feel the strain. Your mental and emotional muscles only grow under resistance. The root of confidence. The more you embrace discomfort, the more resilient you become. You stop being afraid of failure because you faced it before. You stop doubting yourself because you have evidence that you can survive what others can't. Next time you feel fear creeping in, pause and reframe it. Instead of saying, I don't want to feel this, tell yourself, this is where I get stronger. Dangerous confidence is about living a life that constantly stretches you and reminds you of your own power. Embrace discomfort, seek it, live in it until it feels normal. Because once you do, nothing the world throws at you will ever feel too big. You'll have trained yourself to thrive where others retreat.
Chapter 9. Speak less, command more. Have you ever noticed how the most powerful people in the room are usually the quietest? They don't rush to fill every silence. They don't try to dominate the conversation with endless words. Instead, they wait. They listen. And when they finally do speak, everyone leans in. That is not an accident. That is confidence. Most people talk too much because they're uncomfortable with silence. They're afraid that if they don't keep speaking, they'll lose attention, or worse, they'll be forgotten. So they pile on words, explanations, and stories, hoping to convince people of their worth. But here's the reality. The more you talk without purpose, the weaker your words become. The weight of your words. Confidence is not about how much you say, it's about how much weight your words carry. And the way to give your words weight is simple. Speak less, mean more. Every sentence should have intention. Every response should have calmness. Every pause should remind people that you are not rushed, not desperate, and not trying too hard. At WaveMind, we teach that silence builds anticipation. Few words delivered with clarity build authority. True leaders are never chatterboxes. They don't waste energy trying to be heard. They conserve energy and use their words like a sharp blade, precise, direct, and effective. Practical mastery. How can you practice this? 1. Slow down. Don't rush to answer every question immediately. Give yourself a moment. That pause alone communicates confidence. It shows you're not scrambling for approval. You're choosing your response carefully. 2. Trim the excess. Instead of long explanations, give simple, strong statements. Yes. No. That works for me. Short,
clear and firm. People respect that. The power of listening. Here's the other secret. Listening makes you more powerful than speaking. Most people only listen to reply, but confident people listen to understand. When you really hear someone, you gather information. You understand their motives, their fears, and their strengths. Think about someone who looked you in the eye, listened without interruption, and then gave you a short but meaningful response. That person feels powerful because listening is a sign of control, and control commands respect. The silent advantage. When you speak less, you give others space to reveal themselves. People often expose their insecurities and intentions when you just let them keep talking. Meanwhile, you stay calm, observant, and in control. The challenge. Over the next few days, practice cutting your words in half. When you're tempted to explain yourself, shorten it. When you're tempted to fill silence, hold it. Dangerous confidence doesn't shout. It speaks less, but commands more. Chapter 10. Turn rejection into power. Rejection. Just the word makes most people uncomfortable. Nobody likes hearing no. Nobody enjoys being turned down, overlooked, or pushed aside. But here's the truth. Rejection is one of the most powerful tools for building confidence if you learn how to use it. The difference between people who crumble under rejection and those who rise from it is simple: perspective. Most people take rejection personally. They hear no and think it means I'm not good enough. They attach rejection to their identity. But at WaveMind, we see rejection for what it really is: feedback, redirection, and a test designed to make you stronger, not smaller. The sharpening stone. Think about the most successful people in history. Authors, entrepreneurs, and athletes all faced rejection over and over. Rejection didn't destroy them. It built them. It toughened their skin and fueled their drive. Every no you face is an opportunity to grow more resilient, more determined, and more dangerous in your certainty. The shift in mindset. Stop asking, why me? And start asking, what can I take from this? Did the rejection reveal a weakness you need to work on? Did it push you to try a different approach? Did it expose people or places that were never truly for you? Rejection stings because it pokes at our pride, but that sting is exactly what makes it powerful. It wakes you up. You cannot build real confidence in a world where everyone always says yes to you. That would only give you fragile confidence, the kind that shatters the moment life tells you no. How to turn rejection into power. 1. Expect it. Understand that rejection is proof you're stretching yourself. If you're never being told no, you're not aiming high enough. 2. Detach it from your worth. A no to your idea is not a no to your value as a person. It is just information. 3. Use it as fuel. Let it light a fire under you. Think of every rejection as a weight in the gym. Each one makes you stronger if you keep lifting. Every no brings you closer to the right yes. Every door that closes forces you to find a better door. Rejection clears the path for what is meant for you, but only if you keep walking forward. The person who is no longer afraid of rejection is unstoppable. So, the next time you hear no, don't shrink. Stand taller and tell yourself, good, this is my chance to grow.
Chapter 11. Detach from outcomes. One of the strongest moves you will ever make in life is learning to let go of the outcome. Most people tie their entire sense of worth to results. If things go well, they feel good. If things fall apart, they feel broken. Their emotions rise and fall like a roller coaster because they're attached to what happens next. But confidence, real, dangerous confidence, comes when you learn to detach from outcomes and anchor yourself in who you are, not what happens. The trap of attachment. Think about it.
How many times have you held back from taking action because you were afraid it wouldn't work out? You didn't apply for the job because you feared rejection. You didn't speak up because you worried about how people might react. You didn't take the risk because you were obsessed with the possibility of failure. That is attachment to outcome. It keeps you paralyzed, controlled by the fear of what might or might not happen. But when you detach, something changes. You stop obsessing about whether people will like it, accept it, or applaud it. You give your best effort and let the results take care of themselves. That's where freedom lives. That's where you unlock a level of confidence most people never experience. Process over definition. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you don't try. It means you stop chaining your identity to the result. You focus on what you can control, your effort, your attitude, and your preparation, and you release the rest. The result is feedback. It is not a definition. Think of the athlete who trains for months. They know they can't control the referee, the weather, or the opponent's performance. All they can control is how prepared they are, how much effort they bring, and how focused they stay. That's detachment. They give everything, but their self-worth isn't destroyed. If the scoreboard doesn't go their way, they live to fight again. Becoming unmanipulatable. When you detach from outcomes, you also become harder to manipulate. People can't dangle rewards in front of you to control your actions. They can't threaten you with loss to make you desperate. You are free because you've already decided. Your value isn't tied to winning or losing, gaining or losing, being praised or being rejected. Here is a powerful truth. The more you cling, the weaker you feel. The more you need something to happen a certain way, the more anxious and insecure you become. But the moment you let go, the moment you say, "Whatever happens, I'll be fine," you gain strength. You act with more calm, more focus, and more certainty. How to practice detachment. 1. Shift your language. Instead of saying, "I have to win," say, "I'll give my best, and whatever happens, I'll learn." Instead of saying, "I need them to like me," say, "I'll show up as myself, and the right people will respect that." 2. Focus on process. Build habits and standards that you control. At WaveMind, we focus on doing the work consistently. If you want confidence in relationships, don't obsess over how others respond. Focus on showing up with authenticity and honesty. 3. Remember your track record. You've survived every bad outcome in your life so far. Every failure, disappointment, and rejection, you're still here. You're stronger, wiser, and sharper. That is proof that you don't need perfect results to be okay. Dangerous confidence doesn't come from controlling outcomes. It comes from controlling yourself and trusting that whatever the result, you'll adapt. So stop gripping so tightly. Give your best, stay true to yourself, and then let the outcome go. The moment you detach from results, you step into a new kind of freedom, the kind of confidence that nothing and no one can shake. Chapter 12. Set boundaries without apology. Confidence is not only about how you carry yourself in public, it is also about how you protect yourself in private. One of the clearest signs of true confidence is the ability to set boundaries and hold them, without apology, without guilt, and without flinching. Boundaries are not walls. They are lines that protect your time, your energy, and your self-respect. And if you don't set them, the world will gladly run right over you. The reality of limits. Here's the reality. People will always take as much as you allow. If you give unlimited time, they will take it. If you let them interrupt you, they will keep doing it. If you never say no, they will expect yes forever. This isn't because people are always cruel, it's because human nature pushes against limits. If you don't have limits, you will always feel drained, resentful, and powerless. But confidence, real, dangerous confidence, comes when you learn to know your value. And when you know your value, you protect it. At WaveMind, we believe you shouldn't throw your time away on things that don't matter. You shouldn't allow toxic people to drain you. You shouldn't keep saying yes when you know deep inside your answer is no. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you strong. It proves that you respect yourself enough to protect your peace. The price of people-pleasing. Think about how many times you've said yes just to avoid conflict. Maybe you agreed to plans you didn't want, took on work you couldn't handle, or allowed someone to speak to you in a way that made you feel small. Each time you did, a little piece of your confidence weakened, not because of what they did, but because of what you allowed. Confidence grows when you decide, this is where I draw the line. The power of clarity. And here is the key. You don't need to justify your boundaries. Too often, people over-explain. They say, I'm sorry, I can't, because, followed by a long list of reasons. But the truth is, no is a complete sentence. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available. I've decided not to do that. Short, calm, and unapologetic. That is strength. That is clarity. The respect factor. At first, setting boundaries feels uncomfortable. You'll feel guilty. You'll worry people might think you're cold or unkind. But over time, you'll realize something important. People actually respect you more when you have boundaries. They learn to take you seriously. They see that you're not easily manipulated and not desperate for approval. The right people, the ones who genuinely care about you, will respect and even admire your boundaries. It's the wrong people, the ones who want to take advantage of you, that will be upset. So, when someone gets angry at your boundary, take it as confirmation that the boundary was absolutely necessary. Essential energy management. Setting boundaries is not about pushing people away. It's about protecting your space so you can give your best to the things that truly matter. You can't pour into your goals, your dreams, or your relationships if you're constantly drained from saying yes to everything else. How to start? Begin with one simple area of your life where you feel resentment. That resentment is a signal that a boundary is missing. Is it a coworker dumping extra work on you? Is it a friend who takes more than they give? Is it your own habit of overcommitting? Wherever you feel that tension, that's where a boundary is needed. Decide your line, then enforce it calmly. Confidence is not about pleasing everyone. It's about living with integrity to yourself. Dangerous confidence is when you can say no without shaking, when you can hold your ground without guilt, when you can protect your energy like it's the most valuable resource you own, because it is. Set your boundaries, hold them firm, and never apologize for respecting yourself. Once you master that, you'll discover that real confidence doesn't just come from what you say yes to. It comes from the power of what you refuse to accept.
Chapter 13. Stand calm in chaos. Confidence isn't truly tested when things are going well. Anyone can look composed when life is smooth, when the plan is working, and when nothing unexpected shows up. But the real measure of confidence is how you carry yourself when chaos strikes, when the room gets loud, when people panic, and when everything seems uncertain. That is when true confidence either collapses or shines. The rarity of composure. Most people fall apart in chaos. They rush, they panic, and they overreact. Their emotions take control, leading to poor decisions because they are desperate to fix everything at once. But the ones who stand out, the ones who earn respect without even trying, are those who stay calm. They slow down when everyone else speeds up.
They breathe when everyone else holds their breath. They keep their voice steady when everyone else is shouting. That calmness is rare, and that is what makes it powerful. Think about how you feel around someone who stays composed under stress. You feel safer. You feel like things will be okay. At WaveMind, we call this transference of calm. Their presence becomes an anchor for everyone else. Training for the storm. The good news is that you can train yourself to be that person. It starts with recognizing that chaos itself doesn't break people. Their reaction to chaos does. If you allow yourself to get swept up in the storm, you lose. If you anchor yourself in calm, you take control back. How to anchor yourself. 1. Control your breath. When chaos hits, your body wants to tense up and breathe shallowly. Take control. Slow, steady breathing tells your nervous system, I am not in danger, I am in control. This act creates the space you need to think. 2. Manage your pace. In stress, people rush, thinking speed is the solution, but rushing leads to mistakes, and mistakes create more chaos. The confident person moves deliberately. Their pace communicates, I am steady, I am not rattled. 3. Lower your voice. Chaos feeds off noise. If you match the noise with panic, you add fuel to the fire. If you speak slower, softer, and more grounded, people listen. You instantly shift the energy of the room. The reveal of strength. Standing calm in chaos is not about pretending nothing is wrong. It is about refusing to let the chaos own you. When you do this consistently, people see you as a leader, even if you never asked for the role. But staying calm isn't just for others, it's for you. Every time you stay grounded when life gets messy, you prove to yourself that storms don't break you, they reveal you. That proof builds confidence that lasts far beyond the moment. So, the next time life throws chaos your way, and it will, pause, breathe, slow down. Decide in that moment that you will not be another panicked voice in the storm. You will be the calm in the room. Dangerous confidence doesn't scream, it doesn't run. It stands tall, steady, and calm, no matter how loud the storm gets. And when you master that, nothing in this world can truly shake you. Chapter 14. Train until skill becomes certainty. Confidence isn't magic. It doesn't appear out of thin air, and it isn't just a mindset or a positive affirmation whispered in the mirror. Real, lasting confidence is built on something much deeper: competence. When you know you've put in the work, when you've trained yourself until a skill becomes second nature, you stop hoping you're good enough and start knowing you are. That shift from doubt to certainty is where dangerous confidence is born. From fear to familiarity. Think about anything you've ever mastered, big or small. At first, you were nervous, you questioned yourself, but the more you practiced, the smoother it became. One day, what once felt terrifying started to feel natural. That's the power of training. Most people want confidence without putting in the reps. They want to feel certain before they've earned it, but it doesn't work that way. You don't wait to feel confident to act. You act again and again until your actions create confidence. At WaveMind, we know the truth. Skill builds belief. Practicing with intention. It's not just about practicing, it's about practicing with intention. Half effort doesn't build confidence. You have to push yourself past easy comfort and stretch your limits. When you know you've trained harder, longer, and sharper than most people ever will, you walk into any room differently. You don't have to brag. The certainty shows in how you move, how you speak, and how you carry yourself. Think of a professional athlete. They don't stand on the field wondering if they can do it. They've already done it 1,000 times in the dark. Their muscle memory has replaced their anxiety. That is what training gives you: a certainty that no one can take away. How to start your training. Identify the gap. Pinpoint where doubt holds you back. Is it speaking, leading, staying calm? Commit deliberately. Read, study, and repeat until the skill becomes second nature. Don't quit when it feels uncomfortable. That is exactly the moment you are growing. Embrace the stumble. Confidence isn't the absence of mistakes, it's the ability to keep going until those mistakes no longer control you. Measure the progress. Look back every few weeks. When you realize that what once scared you is now routine, your internal blueprint shifts permanently. The quiet power of mastery. Compliments may fade and approval may vanish, but skill stays with you. Dangerous confidence isn't about puffing up your chest, it's about doing the work behind the scenes until you can step forward with calm assurance. You stop telling yourself, "I think I can," and you start saying, "I know I can." True confidence doesn't need to be loud. It's steady, unshakable, and undeniable. And it comes from one thing: knowing you've earned it. Chapter 15. Live as if you need nothing. The ultimate level of confidence is when you live as if you need nothing, not because you don't enjoy success, recognition, or relationships, but because you are no longer dependent on them. When your sense of worth, your peace, and your identity no longer hinge on what others give or take away, you step into a freedom most people never experience. The trap of the chase. Most people live in constant need. They need approval to feel secure. They need attention to feel important. They need results to feel proud. And because they chase. They chase validation and applause, things that slip through their hands the moment they grasp them. The more they chase, the weaker they feel. But imagine walking through life without that hunger. Imagine pursuing your goals not because you need them to complete you, but because you choose them as an expression of who you already are. Imagine having relationships built on choice, not desperation. Becoming unmanipulatable. At WaveMind, we teach that need is weakness. When someone desperately needs approval, they can be manipulated. When they need money, they can be bought. When they need love, they settle for less than they deserve. But when you move as if you already have everything you need within yourself, you cannot be controlled, you cannot be bribed, you cannot be broken. This is the mindset of the strongest.